So here I am in Moscow. It's about 11:30 in the morning. It's been snowing all morning. It's quite beautiful. The snow's falling now. It's probably about -1. It's not cold. Doesn't feel cold. It feels pretty warm, and probably having this jacket on is really good. Just had a meeting with a journalist from the Times in London. He's the Moscow correspondent. We're just sort of chewing the fat about what it is I want to do and what his thoughts on it were, and whether he could offer any perspectives or contacts that might help. I didn't sleep so well last night. I sort of had a bit of a broken sleep. Got an email from a mate sort of just before I went to bed, who he sort of reiterated some of the feedback from my meeting with Andre a couple of days ago. Andre thinks I'm a bit crazy, or partly crazy, trying to do what I want to do, because I'm wanting to go and work in one of the most remote places in the world. 7 or 9 time zones here in Moscow. It's not an easy place to work in. 3 main hazards. One is extreme cold. It's going to get down to at least -40, but most likely -50 and -60. Hazards. The other hazard is sort of accommodation, and then the third hazard is the Russian mafia. I told him that the extreme cold didn't worry me so much. You know, if you're wearing the right clothes and you have some basic skills in firelighting and Arctic shelter building, they're 2 things I'm going to sort of make sure I school up on before I leave Irkutsk. Hopefully get some training from the indigenous locals. That will sort of cover off that risk. So even if the car breaks down and you need to burn your tyres and then you run out of tyres, I'll still be relatively comfortable, inverted commas, in terms of survival. Second thing is accommodation. I think, you know, if you plan ahead, talk to the right people, that can be overcome. The third thing, which sort of bothers me probably the most, is the Russian mafia, and I've got no sense of them. When I was in India a few years ago, I dealt with the Indian mafia on my team, and I dealt with it, and we ended up having dinner at one of their places and found them quite hospitable and personable. But I don't think that's the case here. I think, as Andre said the other day, these people rob and kill. So it's just something that I need to be aware of and not do anything silly. So on an amusing note, I'm getting called Bond everywhere I go at the moment. The guy in the hotel last night, the manager, who I get on quite well with, he said, "I'm just waiting for you to order a martini and vodka." And I said, "Why the hell would you be expecting that?" And he said, "Because that's what James Bond has." I said, "No, he has dry martini and shaken not stirred." And he said, "See, you're a Bond, you're Australian James Bond." So quite humorous. But as I say, it's beautiful here in Moscow this morning. It's -1. Starting to get a sense on what I might do. At this stage, I may fly to Irkutsk first and just try and cover off or work out whether what I'm wanting to do there is feasible. If that doesn't work, I may then take a flight to Khabarovsk, and there's the option for me to travel with one of Andre's teams up into an incredibly remote place, past where they service the world's largest nuclear submarines, into complete wilderness. So yeah, it's interesting. My instincts are working quite well at the moment. There's that background noise when people start, putting the fear of God into you about different options and things that could go wrong. But at the end of the day, my instincts have always been right, and I've just got to trust those, and hopefully everything will be all right.